Okay, guys, I ended up doing a video and it sucked so bad, so I'm redoing this one. The UN Security Council refers Palestinians' full membership bid to committee. Okay, everyone's sitting there saying that, oh, nothing happened about this eclipse. Well, guess what? Nobody said that Jesus was returning 100%, and nobody said that it was the end of the world. Okay, we did say that it is a 40-day warning to the United States. And this is just more proof because during this eclipse, the two-state solution was being brought up again. And that is the Palestinian UN, and this is from Al Jazeera. Okay, you can type in UN Security Council, and this article is going to pop up. This just came out, and so they were to elevate itself in implementing the global consensus on the two-state solution. So the 15-member committee is expected to make a decision about Palestine's status this month, which they are proposing a meeting on April 18th. Okay, anyone who touches the apple of God's eye is going to be destroyed. Okay, if this isn't enough to bring more judgment upon the United States as living proof as why we had this eclipse, I don't know what is. So I'm going to say here, in Zechariah 14, it says, because this is the war that we know with Iran that's going to cause this quote-unquote two-state solution type deal. And I believe it's going to be forced because they're not going to have any other choice, because everybody's going to turn their back on Israel, everyone except for God. Okay? So, but this is the whole point of the time of Jacob's trouble, the judgment upon the world. Behold, the day of the Lord is coming, and your spoil will be divided in your midst, for I will gather all the nations to battle against Jerusalem. The city shall be taken, the houses rifled, and the women ravished. Half of the cities shall go into captivity, but the remnant of the people shall be cut off, shall not be cut off from the city. Revelation chapter 12 is exactly what this is, where it says that in verse 6, then the woman fled into the wilderness where she has a place prepared by God that they should feed her 1,260 days. And then in verse 14, but the woman was given 2 wings of a great eagle that she might fly into the wilderness to her place where she is nourished for a time, times, and half a time from the presence of the serpent. Okay, so we know that God is going to protect his people. We also know that in troublous times that the wall gets built again. Okay, their city, because of the destruction that's coming. All right, so they're going to be under siege, and then anybody who comes against Israel, in Zechariah 12, it specifically says that no, not 12, excuse me. It was 14. It says, then the Lord, afterwards in verse 3, then the Lord will go forth. Okay, so he's got his people that is safe for 1,260 days, and then God turns back and he's like, okay, here I go. And it says, then the Lord will go forth and fight against those nations as he fights in the day of battle. And in that day, his feet will stand on the Mount of Olives. Okay, so we know that judgment right there is going to happen with this battle when Israel gets surrounded and his remnant is protected, or his people are protected for 1,260 days, and then what he does is he turns around and he does his judgment. That's the second coming deal. So we are this much closer to the rapture. Okay, and with this two-state solution in Genesis chapter 12, verse 3, it says, I will bless thee, I will bless those who bless you, and I will curse those who curse you. Okay, 1 Thessalonians 5:3 is, for when they say peace and safety, then sudden destruction shall come upon them as travail as a woman ready to give birth, and they shall not escape. All right, so this is what we know is going to happen. And then we have Jeremiah 51. That is our destruction. All right, Jeremiah 51. It says, anyways, the whole chapter is about Babylon, which we are Babylon. All right. And behold, I will rise up against Babylon, against those who dwell in whatever, a destroying wind. I'll send my winnowers to Babylon, which, other words, he's going to be sending other people, other nations, other countries against us, Russia, so on and so forth, so they could destroy us. And so they're going to winnow us and empty our land, for in the day of doom they shall be against her and all around her. All right. And then from the midst of everyone, from Babylon, flee from the midst of Babylon, and everyone saves his life. Do not be cut off in their iniquity, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will recompense her. And then he will make his arrows bright, gather the shields. The Lord has raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes, for his plan is against Babylon to destroy it, because it is the vengeance of the Lord, the vengeance for his temple. And the temple is us. We are the body. We are the church. We are the temple of Christ. So he is going, because our country has had other countries where they've had martyrs and the destruction. This is we are the very last country to fall. Okay. And once we fall, we're done. All right. And then God can sit there and focus on Israel. But just like this 40 days, I believe this 2-state solution could possibly be done within these 40 days, and then the destruction of America. I do not believe there is a second wave where people are just going to be saved. They're going to repent. No, it's not possible. It's just not. Because the Antichrist has to come and America has to be out of the way so God could work on Israel. That's the only way that this is going to work. All right, Revelation 12, Daniel 9, Zechariah, and Jeremiah, they're all going together right now. All right, and if we obviously know with us, we are on board with this 2-state solution, we're done. We are done, and they're planning April 18th, which is, 4 days before Passover? I mean, come on now. And that's the timing. Well, no, it'd be in the Feast of Unleavened Bread, actually, around that same timing. So, and the sacrifice of the red heifer. So people say that, or whatever, they said that it's not been sacrificed, but okay, whatever. If it hasn't been, it hasn't been. But all of this is playing out by God's hand. Okay, in God's timing. So yes, stuff did happen, and stuff is about to happen that's going to rock your socks. So you need to be spiritually prepped, because the wickedness is getting ready to ramp up, and we don't have much time left at all. And the destruction of America is coming. The economic collapse is coming. Everything that we have warned about is coming. The demonic activity, CERN opened up. There's proof. I even videoed what I showed you, the extra moons that show the Baphomet. I mean, and so many people have gotten entities coming from there. My friend got UFOs or whatever, and there was planes that they recorded that was spraying during the time. People are already in hospitals right now with being blinded and sick and everything else because of the eclipse. Okay? So don't say nothing didn't happen. Just because the rapture didn't happen. Okay, you have to understand the rapture comes like a thief in the night for those who are not watching and paying attention. We're watching and paying attention every day. So he's not going to catch us off guard. We're going to know, yes, this is the day Jesus is coming. No, other people, it's going to be just another day. So anyways, just pray over this as always. And you can find this article on Al Jazeera, ALJAZEERA, UN Security Council. Okay, so I will see you guys there in the air. Until next time, God bless.